Hi everyone, welcome to The Grays Say There's a Better Way. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, prophetic text of the Hebrew Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to write the book of Zion, which is a book of prophecy written entirely in Bible verse. I had to write the book, The Pot Smoker's Bible, as a commentary in order to publish the Book of Zion. And I had to publish the Book of Zion without the use of money in order to fulfill the prophecy of Israel as foretold by the prophets in the Book of Zion and the Old Testament. And the fulfillment of the prophecy is also the fulfillment of my election. That is how I was elected to be the spokesperson for the gray on earth. I proved to them through my fulfillment of prophecy and all of the things that I had to do along the way that I was worthy of them. And as such, I was elected to the seat of Zion. And I was given the title of the Zion of the Most High God of earth, the Most High God of Israel. And today's episode is to inform you what exactly that means. Because it's an obscure thought that has never been told before. No one has ever said, there's a seat of Zion? What's that? And where's that? And how did that happen? Well, I am the elected Zion of the Most High God of Israel. And I told you about my election in my last video. But I did not explain what that meant, the election of Zion. And that's what I'm going to be explaining to you now. The gray aliens, those beings that fly around in the UFOs, and that are said to be gray, are not actually gray. They're blue-skinned. They are the same gods that walked the earth in former ages, during the Sumerian days, and the Egyptian days, and the Hindu days. These same beings have been reincarnated with full memory into new bodies. Now, since the Great Flood, or shortly thereafter, the gray have been forced to clone themselves. And so the elders are clones, most of them. There is, however, the hybrid elders too. And the reason why I bring up elders is because the formal government of the gray is made up of a council of elders, of which I am a member. That was what I was elected for. So this is not a human election. I was not voted into the seat by the human race. I was voted onto the Council of Gray by the gray race. If another person had won that chair, they would be speaking to you now. But because I won that right, I speak on behalf of the gray. And they will prove that to you, or they will prove that I'm wrong. You see, I, unlike others who make claims, try to force you to believe something without proof. Believe me, I will prove everything that I say, or on the day that I am disproved, then I will walk away. I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to be called crazy. Because you see, it doesn't matter what the human race thinks of me. I've already gained the approval of not only the gray race, but the Neanderthal race, and 11 other sentient species who rule the known universe. And it is by their election that I speak. Now, the earth has always been governed by the gray, by right of finding. They were the first to come into this region of space from the Galactic Federation. They found our planet and the Neanderthals, and they chose to make us part of their lives. And so they have taken us on as their children. Now we are literally blood of their blood, flesh of their flesh. Our smooth, hairless skin comes from the gray. The Neanderthals give us our hair. And both Gray and Neanderthals are part of the Council of Gray, along with other subspecies like the reptilians. They too have a seat on the Council of Gray, being a lesser species. I have won the right to be the human representative. As I said, I was elected not by humans, so I don't really care what humans think. Because on the day that the Gray will land, they will come to my call. Because I have fulfilled all stipulations required of me to have that right. And the day that they land, you will know that I speak the truth. Then I will take on what responsibility I am given here on earth, which is to be the leader of the people who have official contact with the Gray. And at that point, all governments will be capable of interacting with the Gray through my people, because I am their representative, and the people that I put into authority will be the people that all governments and all corporations will have to deal with. Because I am representative of the Gray on Earth. So, in essence, I speak for the human race on the Council of Gray. All things pertaining to Earth, from their point of view, has to be approved by me. So, if they want ships to come buzz us, they have to ask my permission. I also have recently told them, please speed up your little buzz-bys. Show yourselves to my people, because the time is coming when you will land openly, and then our new lives will begin. So, when the Gray have an issue pertaining to Earth, they come to me, and I decide for the Earth. And all things that the humans want in regards to the Gray, they will have to come through me, because I am the one that the Gray will speak through and to, and my representatives. So, when the Gray and the other 11 species, along with the Neanderthal, are given by me permission to come to Earth, then and only then will they come. Openly invited, so that all the Earth will know that they come in peace, being openly invited to come, having waited for that invitation, which is a very, very important fact in the dealings of the Gray with humanity and with all species. So, I am the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, representative of humanity to Gray and Gray to humanity, duly elected by the governing body of the Gray. of which I am a part. So, in the days to come, when the gray come to earth, they will come to me and my people, and together we will form an organization, a state, which will be uniquely situated to allow for interspecies relations to begin, while being sequestered to alleviate fear of those who see the arrival of the aliens as a terrible horror event, as portrayed by Hollywood at the insistence of the government, in order to fearmonger us into not believing that the gray and the entire 12 species come in peace, which they do, because it is childish to wage war. No species known within the galactic society ever leaves its planet in a warmongering state, because the necessary of resources for intergalactic travel, or even galactic travel, requires peaceful cooperation between an entire planet. There is just not enough finite time and resources for a warmongering like people to become interstellar, because they kill each other off. They inevitably reach a state of technology where their primitive warlike nature inevitably destroys them. And it is at that point that each planet is given the means to ascend into the galactic core, forsake their warlike ways, or annihilate themselves. So each species is seeded with a myth, a preset prophetic storyline that will eventually, if the conditions are right, lead to a group or person or whatever finding those preset conditions for ascension, following that plan, being guided by it, allowing themselves to go through the ritual, to go through a passage, and win the right to become part of the galaxy. At which point they are given charge of the planet, and their job is to create the necessary means for the evolution of the species as a whole. Because if one person can overcome the worst, most base traits of the species to go through this passage and come out the other side as a person capable of being accepted into galactic society, then there is that core within the species that allows them to learn. And inevitably, that time comes at the nexus when it's do or die. Either people evolve into a peaceful people and overcome the danger that they've put themselves in, or they destroy themselves. So, we have overcome, my friends, and are now members of the intergalactic society. So may the Grey watch over us, guide us, protect us, and keep us from harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Zion. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote 2 books about it. My name is Zion. I love you way too much to say goodbye, so I'm going to say later now.